Welcome back, investigators, to Singularity Roleplay for what is this, our 11th episode? I think. Yeah, our 11th episode of Breaking Neon, a gritty and dark noir investigation game with a twist for the City of Mist system. While those of us around the table have our safety tools in place, it's important to know if any of the content here tonight might be something you might not be comfortable with. If at any point during the stream you become uncomfortable or find the topics discussed to be just too much, please take a step back, get some air, take some time to yourself, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Tonight's game has the following content that some may find disturbing: gang violence, loss in love, drowning, emotional trauma, and death. Why don't we go ahead and go around the table? And of course, for some reason, my Twitch isn't working, so whoever wants to start with their intro.
Well, seeing that I'm probably the first on the overlay, no matter how you look at it, I'll start off with, hi, I'm Shockpoint Failure. I'm reprising my role as Ahmed Moreno, the lovable college graduate who has a severe lack of money and a penchant to fight everything that moves. Yeah. So that's me. I'll pop it on it over to Fail so we can get the show on the road. We're already late enough.
Hey everybody, I am Phil Prime. I'll be playing Noel Noir, everybody's favorite crazy straw carrying vampiric, not so great private investigator, who would just like to point out that Amit could not be hurting for money if he would just approach Noir and be like, hey, I need some cash, because Noir's got a lot of side businesses, he's got money coming in and out all the time. Just saying, he'll help his friends, and I'll go ahead and pass that along.
I just noticed all the tags that you put in here, Phil.
Oh no.
No. Go ahead, Meg.
Hello everybody, I am Meg Mysterian. I'm coming back as Miss Penelope Hart and or Renee Webb. Because I still haven't changed the overlay, but everybody knows her as Penny anyway. It's fine.
I think we need an overlay with Miss Lady on it, honestly.
Miss Lady.
Oh, god damn it.
How many copies of that fan fiction do you still have?
Well, since it's digital, and if they order it on Amazon, it is like print to order. So when they order it, they can get it, printed and sent to them that way. Infinite.
I do believe it's an Amazon bestseller. Oh, so before we start, we have the tradition of City of Mist, the monologue, and tonight is, oh god, it's Fail.
Good luck.
So check this, right? I've been hot on the trails of the seamstress. I've been trying to track down what the seamstress has been up to since our last encounter, and it hasn't been going very well. So I got emergency rations, or as everybody likes to correct me on, Kevin, to do some work. And Kevin tracked down some incidents that may have happened over in Paintown. So there I am in the seedy bar in Paintown, hanging out with someone named Percy, when all hell breaks loose. A bunch of dudes in gray suits come in, wild times. I had to get out of there quick. And I still have no leads on the seamstress. Not one of those gray suit dudes would give me any information. I just booked it back here. But Kevin's still hanging out in Paintown. We're eventually going to get... look, I will find the seamstress. That's... bet on that.
Oh god.
This tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. So I'm trying to figure out how canonically to work in the time traveling bit, since Fragments takes place like before, or sorry, it takes place after, like years later. My god!
I think I've warned you about 3 times now that I am going to completely fuck your canon. So.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, given that Fail's already fucked our canon, What have you guys been up to? It's been about a month between the events of the last session, which actually I should probably do a recap quick. I was disturbed by the monologue. Last session, our crew got involved in trying to save the life of Tabitha Creed. She was kidnapped during a proposal to her girlfriend, and the crew ended up having to make a brilliant chase across town to try and find her before she went completely missing. It turns out that she was kidnapped by a cult of the Silver Hand, who was doing experimentation on those people, on rifts, and trying to figure out what makes rifts have their gift. She was tied up to a machine in which they were pumping everybody full of revelation, and in order to save her life, Noel actually used some of his power to keep her alive while everybody else got out safe. So, now, it's been about a month. What have you guys been up to?
Traveling to Paintown and back.
In other words, stalking the seamstress. Got it.
Look, it's not stalking per se. I don't have a like. Can it really be considered stalking if I don't know where she lives? I'm not going through her trash.
If you did know where she lived, would you be going through her trash, though?
I'm a private detective. That's what I do. I go through trash.
Let's go ahead and add stalking to the list of things that some may find disturbing tonight. Oh, shit.
But yeah. So Ahmed, on the other hand, has probably been making a little extra cash from the side, outside of his, 1,001 jobs, the restaurant, babysitting for Lola, by Fight Club activities. Look, it's been a while since I sparred with Bear, and one of us has to keep at least some semi-reasonable connections to the Russian mob in case we need to talk to them again.
Speaking of Bear, in your last sparring match with him, he actually says, the Mrs. Miss Bishnov, she doesn't have same presence as father. She's the Bratva is no more.
So, what's the plan going forward then? Just
no idea. As far as I know, some of the others have gone to other gangs. Me, I might just stay at the club, keep being bouncer. It's nice.
I mean, it's a good gig.
Besides, I like Petra too much to try and abandon her. I am loyal.
Have you considered just, making the club like a neutral ground for all the other gangs that everybody running to?
It might be difficult. Somebody else beat me to it already. No, it's not here at the club.
Oh. Okay. How's that working out, so?
No idea. I have not been invited.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well, it's not my place. It's for bigwigs. I am Bear.
Come on, Bear. Who's a bigger wig than you?
I do not wear wigs. I am proud of boldness.
You know what I mean.
I am a hairy man when I want to be, but this right here stays bold.
But no, seriously, Barry, you're important. You have a legacy. You have history. Why haven't they invited you?
For big shots, I am not allowed there. It's Miss Petra. She's the one that has to go, not me.
I see. Well, at the very least, us little guys stick together.
Yeah. We party tonight, okay? My dollar.
I'm not going to turn down your hospitality. That would be rude of me.
Come on, let's go party like this is Soviet Russia.
I don't think my liver can survive it. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last month, partying with Bear apparently.
Real quick, do you want to roll me a take the risk here?
It's always risky when you party with Bear.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to trigger on myself. Too eager to fight, because I know even with Bear, I'm probably gonna have a drunken ball at least once.
Do it.
Oh God!
I love it. Oh Jesus. Okay, so I'll get back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Miss Penny, what have you been up to?
So I think that once Wednesday's wife, I forgot her name, starts with a J, right?
Julie.
Julie. Once Julie is doing better and that family unit can kind of go back to where they were at a normal place, taking my leave and going back to my own home. And I've got copies of the stuff that Wednesday gave me so that he can keep his information and I have my own. I think there's been some communication back and forth between them, talking about what has happened with the hand and how that could be a major problem coming in sooner. Stuff about how to get information about let me rephrase that.
And also,
of it is
by the way, Julia, I was wrong.
Julia. Trying to figure out a way that we can get more information from the shogunate, that hierarchy, because we've put together that Jamal knows more. He knows something more. But it's a matter of getting that information and dealing with who might have been in charge at that point in time. So
Okay.
some investigative work and in also doing her actual day job.
So actually, this is a good point to start. While you are out on patrol doing your whole thing, you see Jamal walking towards you, and he's got a woman with him.
This is walking towards an inclination to meet, or is it just a walking by kind of thing?
They look like they're walking with purpose towards you.
She is going to pause and I suppose meet them in the middle.
Ms. Hot.
Pleasure to see you again, Jamal. So, what can I do you for?
Well, here you've been sticking your nose into places that it shouldn't be.
That's about what my job is.
Listen, I got a meeting to run to, but I'm gonna let the two of you get acquainted. And he just keeps walking past you as this lady stands there right before you.
Lieutenant turns her head a bit and watches him walk by and looks back to the woman. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Penelope Hart.
Shanae. Boss man says you've been looking into things. I'm the one that found you looking into things. You're not the only spider in town.
Should I be honored or worried?
Little, both maybe. Boss wants me to give you a gift.
A gift for being nosy?
You stay out of operations and we give you information.
I haven't gotten myself involved thus far.
You watch as she pulls on like a little thread coming out of her hand and starts weaving it almost like a cat's cradle for you. And it shows you a picture of your child.
She reaches forward and takes the picture. Is this a recent photo?
3 days ago.
Where?
Somewhere in the downtown area.
I had something in my mind blanked on it. This will be very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just, I don't know what information you're looking for. You keep prying into our business and we need you to stop. Depending on what you're looking for, I can tell you what that information is.
You know anything about the situation revolving around this child?
Enough. I'm the Shogunate's spy master. I know a lot of things about a lot of things.
We'll test the waters. What I need to know is the hierarchy for when this child was imprisoned. I understand that it's changed hands.
Back in the day, the current boss's father used to run this show. He was the one that had everything in his hands. Once our current boss moved to power, things changed.
Current boss is Emmy, right?
Yes.
And based on information that I've gathered throughout this, how does that new regime look with her?
They have been more focused on intelligence gathering and assassinations than they have been before. It used to be, drugs, car theft, the minor hit job or two. Now it's mostly information and staying out of a lot of trouble.
Is there any information on if Emmy's father is still alive?
Oh no, he's dead. Emmy killed him.
Ah, that's one way to rise to power.
Her and her sister killed him at the same time.
It said her name was Janaea.
Shanae.
Shanae. Well, thank you, Shanae. Is there any chance that we could exchange contact information?
Yeah. And she just pulls out her phone real quick, takes your number down.
I may call on you again, but I will try not to be so nosy that it gets me noticed.
Probably for the best. I'll be hearing from you soon. Shifting scenes. Gonna go over to Noel. Noel, what are you up to today? You're muted.
Oh, let's see. Chapter 15 just released, so we've got that going on for us. I do have a few meetings to talk about the motion picture, as it has been optioned by a couple major studios. So I'll be having lunch at the tea house. I've also got to check in on operations with the Hatter, see how he's been doing lately. So just a typical business day. I haven't had any cases come in lately that I need to really investigate. So Kevin's been out taking pictures of cheating wives and cheating husbands, and
Doing the actual PI work.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, real quick. So Amit, you wake up in jail.
How bad's my hangover?
Terrible. Bear's there with you.
Okay, what happened last night?
I don't know. It's all blurred. I remember Kalashnikovs and cars and breaking of things, and maybe Noel was there. I don't remember. I remember
mean,
seeing something.
Okay. I'm going to ask this. Do I have any face tattoos and or scars?
No.
Okay, I can deal. All right.
He said no face tattoos. That doesn't mean you don't have like a bear tattoo, like a heart with bear's name on it on your chest or something.
Actually, you have Bear's name in Cyrillic tattooed on your shoulder, and he has your name tattooed on his. Archer style.
Okay. Right.
Call Noel. Maybe he could help us.
Great. Is there? I know I don't have any of my burner phones on me. They probably took those when they booked us. Is there a payphone in the Joe room?
Yes, there is.
All right. I'm going to assume I have enough pocket change for this.
Well, since you're entitled to your phone call, they'll just let you call.
All right. So I hate having to do this, but yes, I'm going to call No. Pick up.
Hey,
No.
Amit, how's it going? What's happening, buddy?
How did you know? What? Never mind. Hey, shows last night. Shit. Something happened, and I'm in the drunk tank. I'm hoping you can fill in some details, because me and Bear don't remember anything from last night.
I mean, I've got some pictures here. Kevin followed you guys for a while, so there was definitely some drunken disorderly conduct. We managed to make the one breaking and entering go away. That just we'll not worry about that. You may need to talk to Bear about the car because he did overturn a car. I don't know what you guys were doing in that crosswalk. The guy was honking at you. Bear just kind of lost it and flipped the car. So you guys went on a little bit of a rampage. How much did you have to drink?
I think we stopped counting after the 4th bottle of vodka.
Vodka, I remember Cha-Cha. Oh shit, we had Cha-Cha.
Yeah.
And Cha-Cha.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
Yeah. Don't worry. Your guys' bail is already paid for. They were basically just waiting for you to wake up, and you should be good to go.
Right. Okay.
Do you want these pictures? I can have them sent over to your apartment.
Eyeglass 9x13s.
How embarrassing are they?
The ones of Bear and address you might not want to hit public. But other than that, it's just more pictures of the destruction caused than anything.
Yeah, send me some copies, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll make sure you get these.
All
Hey,
right.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you take those pictures over to Amit's apartment?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
All right. Well, who paid our bail? Just out of curiosity.
No.
Let's just say I've got connections.
I don't want to know. All right. Thank you. No.
It's called American Express, and I have like 10 of them.
No. I
Yes.
said I didn't want to know.
You asked. I'm just. I believe the American Express I used to pay yours was a nice. What is his name? Chris Taylor Brown. He's a real douchebag from the band Trapped. So don't worry about it.
Okay. I am only a little less annoyed, but we'll move right along. Once again, thank you. No.
Yeah, no worries. If you need anything, just give me a call.
And
Fair
we're
enough.
getting sued.
And with that, see you later. No, I'm gonna hang up now and get out of the drunk tank. All right. So as I say that, I tend to bear. All right. So no paid or bail. Apparently, we got only on some property damage and just drunken disorderly conduct. So good job flipping a car.
Oh, I flipped car. Fun.
I'm not entirely sure if they knew about the collision of cars, but we're gonna keep that to ourselves.
Nah, it'll be good.
All right.
Bear just kind of like tries to sit up, and he looks kind of like a turtle trying to right itself.
All right.
He's on the floor. He doesn't fit on the bench.
So
All right, come on, big guy. Let's get you on your feet.
basically, Amit just had the same night that Null had the first night he met Bear.
That is actually really true.
All right.
So yeah, you guys head on out, and as you're leaving the police station, you see a familiar face. It is a girl that you and Jamal knew back in school. Her name is Marcella, and she was also shady as fuck.
Marcy?
Órale, güey, ¿qué pedo?
Marcy, please. Do we have to do this every time? You know how I am with foreign languages.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard you were over in the drunk tank.
Yeah. I apparently partied a little too hard. I know. Surprising. I used to be so straight-laced.
I know, right? I don't know what happened to you, but you probably would have been better off with us than you would have with what's his name, Noel Noir, Noel Negro.
Yeah. So yeah, Noel's a bit of a work buddy.
Work, you say?
Yes, I'm calling it work.
Okay. Well, I would say that this reunion isn't just a friendly social call, eh?
Rarely is with you. So what's up?
A little bit of work.
Is it
Jamal.
paid work? Or is it? Oh, it's Jamal. Okay, well, we can have some leeway. What's going on?
Listen, I don't know if you've been keeping track of what's going on in Docktown, but Jamal says you might be the guy to talk to. You and Noel Negro.
Okay. So it's been a while since I swung over to Docktown. What details do you have for me?
People are being killed, man. Lots of gangbangers ended up getting,
Oh, really? Is this the usual gang territory nonsense, gunfire, and drug deals, or are we talking about something a bit more strange?
something that that my boss and Jamal say would be right up your alley.
I was involved if we were talking more strange. Okay. As soon as I get my phone back, I'm going to give Jamal a call to get some more details. Thank you, Marcy, for bringing this to my attention.
He's going over to a meeting tonight, and he actually sent me here to come pick you up. If you want to go down on your own, that's fine.
Oh, no. I'm just hoping you have some aspirin.
Hold on. And she reaches into the saddlebag on her bike and pulls out a bottle of aspirin.
All right. So, disregarding proper dosages, he takes like 8 of them.
Wait, that's not a
All right.
proper dose? Wait, that's
not no, that is not a proper dose. A proper dose is like 2.
That's a proper dose for the army, okay? Maybe for the Air Force.
Proper dose for migraine inducing shit. That's a morning regime right there.
All right.
Listen, I don't know if you need to call Noel. Maybe get him involved or something. I don't know. Might be good, but we could use a little help.
Okay, involving Noel directly is like passing the Godzilla threshold. Have we hit that part yet?
I mean, it's pretty bad. Listen, my cousin fucking got killed like 2 days ago. We're having the funeral later today.
Oh damn! I actually like your cousin. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna send Noel a text. I'll tell him where we need to meet up.
Yeah. She looks at her phone, says, "Okay, it's gonna be over by the Docktown Brewery. If you want to go over there, you can meet up there. Boss also says no suits. All right."
No suits. I can do no suits.
No, like don't be bringing pigs and shit around.
Yeah, I know what you meant by no suits.
All right. I'm just making sure, Mr. Straight Lace. Oh.
All right. So I would rather get a little cleaned up. So all right, sending the message to no, and just gonna shoot the breeze with Marcella a bit. It's like been a while since we talked. How you been, anyways?
Not too bad. Business has been booming, you know. Las Arenas have been treating me well.
All right, nice to hear. Though if you ever need a change of pace, the stroking is pace decently.
You know, I like Jamal, and that's my boss and his boss are they're tight, you know. But and the Japanese thing doesn't do it for me.
Fair enough.
Quick question: did the two of you ever have a thing?
At this point, I'm going with we might have.
So I need you to. I'm going to teach you to face danger for me. And this is going to be against a mental manipulation.
Okay, I guess a mental manipulation.
You're telling me she's gonna gaslight him?
Maybe. I don't think I actually have anything that would benefit from this, except if you want to give me philosophy.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right. It doesn't matter. That's a 5.
Okay, you're taking a tier 2 attracted.
All right.
She says, "I know we used to have a thing, but no, maybe not right now."
Fine. I'll keep it professional.
Maybe later.
Yeah,
Maybe
don't hurt
later.
Noah's brand.
Out of character. Love triangles sell tickets.
This is true.
Oh shit! Don't give Noel ideas.
That's why I said out of character.
So I will above character, right? She is the Rift of the Siren, which is why you fell for the attraction.
Okay.
So while you're recovering from that, Noel,
Yeah.
since you gotten all those texts from Amit, what are you planning on doing?
First thing is looking into the situation with Kevin, because none of our guys should have been to Docktown. I tell them to steer clear. It's not a place that they need to be. So I want to make sure that none of my guys were involved in any of the violence or things that have happened there. So Kevin and I are basically just going through our roster, checking on people, making sure nobody is causing problems. Everybody's accounted for, basically.
Yep, the only person that isn't accounted for is one of your dealers. He is currently in jail.
No, I just bailed Emmett out.
No, not Amit.
But aside from that, I am heading out towards Docktown to meet up with Emmett. I can't let him go down to that place by himself. It's not a fun time.
That's fine. Going over to Renee. Now that you've gotten all this information from Shanae, what are you going to do?
Well, gonna shoot Wednesday a message, an update. Very brief. Is it very brief, says there was a sighting of Phoebe in, was it downtown or Dogtown?
In downtown.
Downtown. That she's gonna go see what she can find. And then I'm gonna go downtown and see what I can find.
Nice. When you get to downtown, like just as you're passing the financial district, your boss actually shows up.
Oh, the director.
Yeah. Can you tell me why you're in downtown?
Personal project. What's up?
Personal projects can wait. You're supposed to be on duty.
Wasn't aware that something was happening. I'm sure you're here to tell me.
There's some concerns about your current status. You've been in and out of various organizations trying to take them down from within. And not that, you're not getting close to the big case here. The higher ups are worried.
Worried that I'll find out something they don't want me to know.
Probably. I've been keeping your access to the system pretty quiet.
And I haven't been accessing it.
Fair enough. There's something going on in Docktown. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on, but there's a lot of people dying. 28 so far in the last 2 months. If you wouldn't mind meeting up with the local PD, they can probably help point you in the right direction.
All right, I'll make my way there and see what I can find.
As for Phoebe, we are keeping an eye out. But please, try to avoid going down this road.
Don't put me in a position where I'm going to have to make a difficult choice. We had an agreement. When it comes to Phoebe, I get access first.
Yes. Just coming down here to tell you not to waste your time. Phoebe's not in downtown anymore.
Oh, you knew already.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me.
Need to know.
That is my child. I need to know.
And as a gatekeeper, you have a mission to uphold.
So you're going to withhold information until I do my job. Is that what this is?
No, I'm just trying to prioritize what's more important. That is my job.
Is there anything else that you needed, Director?
No, as you were.
Which is probably very visibly kind of, you know, that vein that twitches when you're really angry.
Yeah.
She is trying to keep her temper in check.
If you look at your newspaper, it has been given an update with contact details. It gives you the name and number for either a Detective Patrick Harris or Detective Evelyn Lido. One of them is over at the Docktown Pier, and the other one is at the Docktown Precinct. Precinct 40. Hold on. It is Precinct 8.
Harris was at the pier and Avalon was at the precinct.
Other way around.
Okay. I see you reusing names.
Who?
Hey.
Evelyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, she was in the very...
see you.
She's in the beginning. She was there. She's back.
He's back. Alright. I think we're gonna start at the precinct.
Okay. While you're making the drive down there, I'm going to go back over to Amit and Noel. You guys, how did both of you get there?
I would have probably taken up Marcella on the ride over. But I'm fairly sure No just walked.
Yep.
Okay. You had to hang on for dear life while you're riding with Marcella because she drives like a bat out of hell on that bike.
Given that we used to be a thing, I'm fairly sure this is by no means a surprise.
And so, yeah, she drives you all the way past the Docktown Pier. You guys head over to the brewery, and once you guys get there, she lets you off. Says, "Just keep an open mind, all right?"
All right, fair enough. I'll keep an open mind. Assuming they don't try to kill me on sight.
Leah might, but you never know.
Great, fun times. All right. So, does No beat us there?
Probably.
It's not that Noel beats you there. It's just wherever Noel goes, he's just there. So if you get there at the same time, you get there at the same time. If you're a minute behind, that's your own problem.
Noel is like a wizard. He doesn't arrive late or early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
9
Fair
times out
enough.
of 10, Noel doesn't even know where he's going. He just steps onto the sidewalk, and the streets just take him where he's supposed to be.
Oh, that's a cool power. I like that.
So, you find Noel leaning against a light post, light shining down on this figure in a trench coat, fedora tipped over his eyes as he's just kind of staring at the ground, waiting for you to show up.
Hey, No. How long have you been waiting?
Pulls out his phone. Probably like 10 minutes. I really do not like being down in Docktown. This is not a good place. Not good memories for me. The cops down here also don't really care for me that much. So the quicker we can be done here, the quicker we can get out of here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully this meeting will go smoothly and we don't have to worry about too much. Thank you, Marcy.
Yeah, no problem. She gets back on her bike and starts driving away. It's when you hear two other motorcycles roaring down the street, pulling in, followed by Jamal walking up to you.
All right. Hey, Matt.
What's going on, homie?
I mean, I just got out of the drunk tank this morning and I'm already dealing with this nonsense. So what am I looking at?
You might just want to listen in on this. We got 28 dead gang members throughout Docktown. over the last 2 months.
Any ideas who and why?
No idea. They wiped out an entire gang. Like, completely stem to stern.
And they didn't leave any calling card to be like, don't fuck with us?
None of the gang members here, all of the gangs, like, despite the territorial stuff and this huge power vacuum going on with the Bratva, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Somebody is hunting people, specifically the gangs.
Well, that is not good.
Yeah. Thankfully, Shogunate stays far enough away from the shores that we don't need to bother with it. But the hunted are already down. Right now, it's pretty much the Las Arenas, or whatever the hell they call themselves, and the Thorns.
All right. So, what are we walking in? Peace agreement until this matter is settled, or is everybody going in to play the blame game?
Well, if somebody calls the council, it's usually to talk matters of peace. Trying to figure out who's trying to hunt us down and figure out why. It's not very often these meetings, get called. When they do, it's usually for very serious matters.
All right. Okay.
But
This
wait,
is
so I guess the question is, why did we're not leaders of any gangs? Why were we called here? I'm just a humble distributor.
Mostly because you guys are outside of this, we could use the fresh insight.
Oh, that's better than us playing peacekeepers.
Yeah, we don't necessarily need a peacekeeper. We already have that. We need somebody who can look outside of this and hopefully give us a better perspective. Your friend in the gray suit's not with you, right?
No, I didn't tell her anything. Looking directly at No.
Miss Lady? I don't talk to Miss Lady.
Cool. The arbitrator is very strict about that.
All right.
Come on, let's get this over with.
Yeah. Okay.
So, while you were being ushered into the back of the building, a door opens to a smoke-filled room with a long table. This room feels dangerous, not from the various guards that surround their leaders, but from the legendary powers that gather here. Jamal says, kind of stand off in the corner. Usually the remaining council and I will be here soon.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Ahmed finds a seat in a corner to post up because, he's still dealing with a hangover that could shatter planets.
You see that there are already a couple of people there, one of which Jamal starts walking over to and standing behind. Hold on. Where did I put that list? I had a whole list. There we go. You see a large man with a braided beard, as well as kind of a shorter man wearing like leather frills standing right behind him. Larger man has a sledgehammer. There we go. I'm losing my word there. He's got a sledgehammer sitting right next to him. And let me see here.
Oh shit, Brayden and Sledge are here?
And then the other familiar face you heard the name earlier was Leah Kane. She walks in. She's wearing a green dress, and she's wearing what appears to be like flowers around her head. And she's standing in the spot that is designated for the thorns. You also see a guy who's got a tattoo of a skull over his face. He's sitting down at the position for Diablos de Angeles. And the last one, as he's coming in, you can actually see it. He's got kind of smoke billowing off of his cigar. Is Marcus Brand. He is sitting at the head where the Las Serenas would be sitting.
All right.
There's one other, or there are a couple of other spots open. One of which is the one for the Bratva, which currently has nobody standing or sitting at it. There's one for the Hunted, also the same, and one for the Technocrats. The last spot, there is a man in the far back, kind of hidden in shadow, with two men in gray suits.
Do these gray suits look particularly familiar to us?
The suits, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna just look at Jerome and just like whisper to him, I thought you said no suits.
Yeah. So these guys are very particular. That's the arbitrator right there. And they don't want suits. Just his guys.
All right.
I don't know the details behind it.
And none of you thought that was a little suspicious that he doesn't want anybody else involved but his own people?
Listen, I can trust this guy.
Can you, though? Look, I'm from Docktown. I know you can't trust anybody out here.
That's fair enough. But this man put down a lot of time, money, and power into this council.
Yeah, and I put down a lot of time and money building up my name and reputation here in Docktown until one of these motherfuckers in this circle had somebody shoot me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, no, you do a lot of stuff to be shoot worthy.
That's besides the point on it.
He's got a point. Look, all I'm saying is just the council has changed over the years, all right?
Yeah, except for Braden and Sledge. They're still here.
Thorson looks over at you. He's like, what the hell did you just call me?
You heard me?
He tries to stand up, and several people are like, hey, just calm the fuck down, dude. It's going to be okay.
My hand's already in my pocket, gripping old Trusty.
Let me catch you outside, motherfucker.
Yeah, you want another puncture wound, bitch?
Okay. Please, don't do this right now. Both of you, especially you know.
I'll behave for you, Amit. And I'm gonna tuck old Trusty back into the pocket.
Thank you.
So, you know, as people are starting to settle down, you hear bits and pieces of the conversations. First Ivan, now Silas and the Hunted. Things are getting out of hand. The Bratva's loss was merely a personal deal. Ivan and his brother both hit their breaking points. Whatever he had going on, it appears that his suppliers cut off all ties to the Bratva. Our understanding is that Pietra is struggling to reconnoiter her forces. Couldn't stand Silas or his goons. Glad to see Docktown will be finally rid of them. I see that the technocrats still haven't shown up. What is the point of having their seat if they refuse to attend? Marcus actually looks over at you guys, says, good to have you guys here. Quick question. Which one of you is the one that Marcella knows?
Just signal with a quick wave of my hand.
Cool. She says you're a good kid. If she can trust you, I can trust you.
All right.
Now I have a quick question.
Yeah, what do you got?
When are you guys gonna finally allow the Hatters to have a seat?
Y'all need to earn that. You want a piece of that action? Take territory.
Bro, I did take it. I took the Hatters, and then I took downtown.
Emmy stands up. She goes, you don't own downtown.
That's what you think.
We do.
You whatever helps you sleep at night, sweetheart.
She actually reaches for a weapon, and you see the guards in the gray suits all draw their weapons. She settles down. The arbitrator stands up, says, clearly you're new to this, so allow me to introduce you to the Council of Nine. If you want a piece of this action, you'll need more than just a little rinky-dink hole in the wall.
Look, all I'm saying is the technocrats apparently never show up, so why they got a seat?
You also, Emmy stands up, says, you will keep a civil fucking tongue in your mouth, or I will cut it out.
Hey,
you have no clue.
You're the one swearing at me. I have not sworn at you. I am being civil. I asked a question very civilly. I did not say why the fuck these motherfuckers ain't fucking here. I said they are not showing up, so why do they still have a place? When clearly there is another faction that is ever growing that could be taking a seat here.
So the arbitrator, he smiles and says, that's because the technocrats have done quite a bit for us. Oh, here they are now. And you guys, have either of you met Arcadia Crane?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, if I did, it would have been in my past, and it would have been very hazy since I don't remember, much of what happened before I got shot.
Okay. I can't say for certain if Ahmed has met Arcadia Crane.
Sorry, not Arcadia, Alicia.
Either way, I can't say for sure, but the possibility exists with the fact that he literally knows everyone. Well, maybe not literally, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So Alicia Crane sits down at the table. She is wearing a business suit and is wearing silk gloves as she sits down right next to you. Sorry that I'm late. Let's discuss. Now, Mr. Noir, I believe you were saying something about taking over our seat.
That's not exactly what I said. I asked if you are not regularly attending these meetings, why you still have a seat.
It's mostly for show. There's a section of Docktown that belongs to the technocrats that rightfully remains to the technocrats. We just want that small section, and that's it.
And that's fair enough. I'm just here to gather information, and I'm gathering all the information that I can.
Right. The arbitrator looks at you and says, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and have a seat right there where it says The Hunted. We'll have that plate changed for you.
I'm going to look at Emmett for a second, and then I'll be like, YOLO, and I'm going to go sit in the Hunted seat.
It's going to be insufferable now.
You can go join him as his second.
I mean, it's probably the only way to keep him in check. And Amit gets up and sits next to No as his apparent second.
So I'm going to switch gears really quick over to Renee. So you decided to go over to the precinct, correct?
Yep.
Let's see here. That is not the right. There we go. A cacophony of phones ringing and distant angry shouting make it difficult to hear anybody talking. Once the clerk finishes with their phone call, he quickly finishes his now cold coffee and looks at you rather annoyed. What do you want?
I have a meeting with Mr. Patrick Harris.
Detective Harris is currently busy. I don't have anything on his appointment books. Just come back later, lady. We're busy.
I'm gonna step back for a minute, and the phone line, is that a direct line to him?
Yeah.
I guess I should have probably asked the director if they knew I was coming. We'll find out. I'm just gonna step back and circumvent this whole dealing with the receptionist and the call to Detective Harris's line.
Detective Harris.
Hello, Detective Harris. My name is Penelope Hart. I was directed to you to begin an investigation into the incidents in Docktown.
Oh, right. Yeah. You're here at the station?
I'm out front, yes.
Cool. Why don't you just come straight back to the back of the station? My office is right there.
All right, I'll see you in a moment.
Yeah.
She hangs up and, with a purpose, walks past the receptionist and into the precinct.
The receptionist looks at you. It's just like, oh, fuck, fine, whatever. Go do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. And you walk into Detective Harris's office. He stands up, goes, "Thank you so much for coming. Your boss and both of my daughters highly recommend you."
He said both of his daughters?
Yeah.
Who were his daughters?
I'm gonna have you roll and investigate.
Hold on. I have case files. I got that.
Yep.
Say 7.
Okay. With that, you notice that sitting on his desk are several photos, one of which is a picture of Tabitha, Matilda, and him.
Oh, you're Tabitha's father. So, apologies.
Stepdad, but yeah, I love the girl. Still haven't actually thanked you and your friends for saving her life.
Well, you can consider possibly being as transparent as you can as a thank you.
Yeah. Well, your boss showed up in here a couple days ago. Said he was going to send somebody to help us look into this because it's getting kind of messy out there. I'm head of Gangland, and Gangland Task Force is all but stretched thin, especially now with everybody getting killed. Not that I'm, upset by it. Honestly, it's helping clean up the streets, and I want to buy whoever the hell this is a beer, but I got to answer to somebody.
course. So, why don't you tell me a bit about what's going on?
I got almost 3 dozen dead gang members, all of whom have been strangled to death by something large. Whatever this is clearly snapping bones like it was a toothpick. Found a couple of things over at the scenes, huge dents in cars or wooden pylons crushed. There's blue blood on some objects that we found during the struggles. There's a couple of points where we thought maybe, like somebody had been dragged into the water or something. But all these crimes are happening at the docks. People are worried, people are scared, but it doesn't look like any civilians have been hurt.
Sounds like someone with a vendetta.
Yeah. Problem is, we don't know who is set out to this vendetta. And he points to a string board. You can see that, like, all the gang territories are mapped out. So he's got, the Thorns, he's got the Shogunate, he's got the Bratva already X'd out. Last I heard, something about the Hunted. These guys just got completely wiped off the map. Every single one of them, down to the leader.
Has there been any other activity from the other gangs? Anything to
Yeah.
suggest maybe they had a hand in it?
Wish I could say that. All the other gangs have been holing up, trying to avoid Docktown as much as possible. Not gonna say the lack of gang violence out here has actually been quite refreshing.
I'm sure it has been.
One other thing, we got sightings of a woman over on Callista's Outlook. Not sure who it is. Lots of people telling ghost stories, but every time there's a death, there's sightings of that woman.
Hmm. Is that what your partner, Detective Avalon, is looking into at the pier?
Evelyn? Yeah. She's currently got another stiff down over by the pier.
This is about what we've got. No working theories so far.
No, my best guess is a vigilante. Somebody's got a vendetta. Whatever it is, it's definitely causing waves. Don't mind the pun.
Take a look at some other reports and the photos, evidence.
Yeah, feel free. I got the last remaining member of the Hunted sitting in my lockup right now. We've been trying to kick him out, but he refuses to leave.
Well, that's the first. Somebody wanted to stay in lockup.
Mm-hmm. So feel free to try and talk to him. I doubt that you'll get through to him, though.
Doesn't hurt to try. Give me a moment to look these over and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, take your time. You want some coffee? I'll get you some coffee if you want.
Yes, please.
All right. And he steps out to go do his thing. Do you want to roll for looking around, or what do you want to do?
I'll roll, but I do have one thing that I do want to look at.
Okay, what are you doing?
For case files, eye for an eye, bringer of justice.
All right, go ahead.
Feel appropriate. As a 9.
All right, what are we looking for?
Major thing that I wanted to look for is if there's any outside of the way they were killed, if there's a calling card.
There has been no calling card outside of the way they've been killed. Every one of them have been crushed by something large. Like it's very clearly either mechanical or even just like a giant, something huge did this kind of damage.
And outside of, like you mentioned before, just a lot of pylons being crushed, dents in cars. There's nothing really else to indicate in the blood.
Yep. They've found trace amounts of blue blood, something akin to like a squid or an octopus, something of that type.
One thing I do want to check, and if that's common knowledge, then correct me, of whether or not is Harris a sleeper?
Yes, he is a sleeper.
So he just kind of knows, oh, my daughters were taken, and
Yeah. As far as he knows, the person that came to like talk about what happened with his daughters is, he works for the state and he works for a government agency. That's like the extent of his knowledge.
okay, just wanted to make sure of that. Um, I do want to kind of put some of this information into searching the database, whether like if there's maybe a history of other attacks like it.
So let's see. Yeah, so going through your database, you found that this only started a couple of months ago.
Okay. So it's recent, not
Yeah.
okay. I think that a lot of his time is until he comes back with the coffee is kind of spent going through all of this, wondering. There's no way in hell somebody didn't see this.
No, we keep questioning all the Docktown residents. I know two places you might want to check aside from the pier is the Dutchman's Landing. It's an old dive bar that's right there, right off the docks. A lot of the dock workers go over there after work. The second would be the Docktown Church. Yeah, the pastor over there is giving some stirring sermons about trying to keep everybody calm and worry free in such a time of plight, you know?
He's doing something. At least trying to. I think I've gotten all that I'm gonna get from these files. So let's see about questioning your lockup, your
Reluctant prisoner.
reluctant prisoner. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, come on. We'll go talk to him. Best I got is his name is Charlie. He walks you back there, and you see this guy. He's sitting in the corner. He's drawn something into the wall with like some sort of rock. And it looks like a giant squid.
Did he have a name?
It's not going to get me in here. It can't get me in here. I'm too far away from the shore. It's not going to get me.
Does out of characters? Was I given a name for him?
Charlie.
It's a real interesting picture you've drawn there, Charlie.
That's what's coming for us. That's what came for them. Came for the others, but it's not going to get me in here. No, no, no.
You've seen it.
Seen it. I watched this thing tear apart a bunch of my brothers. I am not going to fucking go back out there, man.
I'm trying to remember how something works.
Mm.
For Obliviate, did we decide that that's just erasing memories, or can I access them as well?
I'll allow it.
Decided. Cool.
This will be a go toe to toe.
Go to. 7.
Okay. Ooh, right. What do you want to know?
I want to see if I can kind of witness the same thing.
Okay. You go into his memories and you start to see there was a meeting at the docks. All of a sudden, he remembers seeing all these tentacles coming up out of the water. 3 guys first went missing, then the 4th. They all just got torn in half by these massive tendrils. You hear snapping of necks and bone, and he's running for his life. And the last thing he remembers seeing was a tendril wrapping around his leg before being thrown into a building.
Charlie, were you meeting some of your brothers out on the dock?
Yeah, we were doing a deal.
A deal? For what?
Yeah, we were moving some rev.
You were moving Revelation.
Yeah,
Who was taking control? Who were you supposed to be meeting?
I don't even remember anymore. We were supposed to take it up past Callista's Overlook.
And that thing attacked you before you can make it there.
Hell, we never even made it off the dock.
I'll look at Harris and ask, was there revelation on any of the other victims?
There was one guy who had it on him, but no, not really. The incident he's talking about, we found barrels of the stuff.
It was just a matter of too many people. They were all targets.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to switch scenes.
Go for it.
So, Noel and Amit. Oh, hello, Pupper. Everybody gets a blessing of the doggo. So, the meeting starts. The majority of it has been talking about how the deaths in Docktown have been tragic. That everybody should be pulling their resources. It's mostly we need to stop fighting each other for a moment and try and figure out who the hell's killing us.
Now then, while I agree, you guys got a council here. You really shouldn't be fighting each other. Each one of you on this council should handle a different aspect of Docktown, and that's where you could really thrive. And you have the council to dish out punishment or decisions as needed. But that's beside the point. We're not here to talk your politics and help you guys function better and taking over Docktown and maybe eventually the rest of Neon City. We'll get to that later. The situation that I think we need to look into here is the Hunted were basically wiped out. That's what we're all focusing on, is the hunted are gone. But there was, what do you know? What was left of the scene? You all have your signatures. You all have your signature weapons. You know, things that you would leave behind in this sort of thing. What was left of the scene when the hunted were taken out?
Let's see here. So Emmy is the first one to speak up. She's first off, we all have control of our various sections of the city. Second off, the only thing that was ever found at those locations was blood and bodies.
There has to be something else. There has to be something that was overlooked, or something that somebody here saw that stands out about the situation that can point us in a direction.
Marcus tunes up. He says, it's a giant squid. A kraken, if you will.
The rum company?
No, not the rum company. The fucking... Oh, dear God. You're muted.
Thank you. No, the mythological creature that they based their logo off of.
Yeah, I know what a fucking kraken is. It's, as you just said, mythological. Did you guys all sit down and collectively decide to watch Pirates of the Caribbean with some fucking Rev?
No, please.
Before you came to
No.
this fucking meeting?
No, please. Please, no. Don't do this.
You watch as Marcus takes a deep breath, and you see these little fuses start to burn a little bit before he exhales a puff of smoke. Says, no, I did not decide to sit down and watch Pirates of the fucking Caribbean.
You have to understand how fucking seriously I can take you when you bring to me the Kraken did it.
Under my breath, no, you are the walking embodiment of a vampire god. You have no space to talk right now.
They don't know that, Emmett. Behave yourself.
The arbitrator says, no, I know that. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, I actually have some questions for you later, but we'll worry about that later.
Also, Emma's whispering, you don't know how many mythologies I know. I know who you are based on.
I never said you didn't. I'm just saying they don't know. Well, he knows.
That's why I'm whispering, so stop antagonizing Blackbeard.
Do you understand just how unprofessional this makes us look? How will we stop bickering when we get back to the situation at hand and we figure out who's killing the gang members around Dog City?
So Emmett doesn't say anything else because No does have a point.
Look, I was brought in as a pair of outside eyes to try and help you. The more information you can give me, the more we can actually narrow down who's targeting you. I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect, sir, but the idea of a kraken just taking you guys, it's very far-fetched.
One of the other guys, his name is Damien, throws a set of photos onto the table. Just from the looks of it, you watch this giant tentacle wrap around one of the guys. You see it like tearing somebody in half. There's another photo of a guy in what looks to be a trench coat, currently just like lifting his hand up in the air so that this tendril can lift him up to eyesight.
I'm gonna slowly slide my trench coat off and like place it under my chair.
Leah looks up. She's like, "We know it's not you, stupid."
Whoa. Look, I'm not insulting any of your intelligences. I would ask that you don't insult mine.
Your intelligence is an insult.
Well, Emmett, I think we're done here. I think they can go ahead and deal with the Kraken on their own.
Let's just hear them out
Oh, I've
for
heard
a
all that.
little while longer.
Marcus stands up. Listen, don't mind Leah. She's just pissy because her boss isn't here.
Fair enough. I see the pictures. I am now more inclined to believe that there's a kraken, and there's obviously a figure here that has something to do with that kraken. No other gang that you know of would have someone who could control this thing. There's no new person trying to move in on various territories.
No, we here have all collectively agreed to avoid trying to do territory wars. Given that the Bratva's fallen, there's discussions whether or not we're going to go to war, whether or not we're just going to talk it out. And with you now taking over the table, you might be taking over some of the Bratva's territory.
I'm sure Bear will be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, but his mistress won't be. Now,
I'll deal with her. Sorry to interrupt you again, but there's
No,
nobody from beforehand, nobody before any of the current members of the table that may have been removed from the table that would want to try and get their seat back or would want revenge at all?
most of the time, to be removed from this table, you either had to be killed or have had to have made a succession. Most of our, people leaving have been killed. So I very much doubt that.
Gotcha. Okay. Or do you need these pictures back? Can I take these?
Not Jamal, Damien says, go ahead, I've got plenty.
Thank you. I can't think of any other questions to ask them.
All right. Do you have anything for them, Emmett?
Only real questions I have is so this figure in the photos, the one in the trench coat. Do we have any idea on who this may be? Any leads? Anything?
No. No, the only thing we know is that we keep seeing him usually within minutes of somebody getting killed, or we see him occasionally over by Callista's Overlook.
Is that old, I guess loft building still at Callista's Overlook?
Yeah, actually it is.
Yeah, have fun in that loft building. I am not going there.
When you were referring to the loft bill, are you talking about the old folks home or a different loft?
I'm there. It was like a business loft. Look, we don't need to get into it. I'm just I do not need to go back to that place.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to let the meeting go on before I ask any further questions.
All right. There's a slight argument over a specific section of Docktown. It is the area between Piers 40 and 60. And Piers 50 and 60 tend to be owned by a company called Lazarus Bio. And people are like, well, since the technocrats no longer actually active, we should have access to this. And all of the major gang heads, that's the Las Serenas, the Shogunate, and Hell's Chosen, all say no. That area stays untouched. And we will fight you on this.
Who has the smallest piece of the action out here?
Technically, the technocrats.
And this was technocrat territory, correct?
Just outside of technocrat territory, but yeah.
So
The rest of it used to belong to the hunted.
it seems to me that if the hunted are no longer available and the technocrats have the smallest piece of the action out here, that it would make more sense for the technocrats to take over this piece than anybody.
Alicia stands up, or Alicia looks at you and says, we don't want more. We just want this small section. That's it. I don't care what the hell you guys do with the rest of Docktown. 40 through 60 is ours.
All right. So can we put in a provision that the contested territory is treated as neutral space and belongs to no one?
Everybody kind of nods a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and go to break here, and we'll be back for part 2 of this session.
All right.
And we're back. Okay, cold cuts, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. There's just a little bit of a technical fix that we have to do, so don't mind that. Outside of that, how is everybody doing today? We're going to jump right back in. And last we left off, Noel and Amit were both at the meeting. Amit, you said you had more questions, but you were waiting until after.
I was waiting to see if there was any more discussions about that particular matter, to see if like there was a standing plan in mind already before I started making suggestions. But
Okay.
It sounds like everybody's already jumping on to the topic of land division.
So actually, this is a good thing to bring up. So you bring this up at the end, and I'm going to say that, yeah, it's Lasadena. Marcus says, it's actually a good point. Honestly, we were talking about just holding up and seeing what the hell's going to happen, and maybe we would, just shoot anything that would come and attack us at whatever point. But
That whoever this is has it out for the gangs, and at the time being, so I don't think just holding up is going to be the smartest idea. It will leave a power vacuum, and B, make us sitting targets. So,
you got any suggestions?
do you know roughly the most active area for our assailant? Like around what's a good like equal distance point from all of his attacks? Do we know that?
Everything seems to be focused in Docktown. Everything that happens along the shores. Any further in, nothing.
All right.
So all of our efforts have been to stay just outside of that range.
Well, I mean, we do have this lovely little neutral territory we have here. We could set up a bit of a, for lack of a better term, sting operation for this guy. If he attacks in Docktown, we set up a proxy operation in Docktown to lure him into a trap.
Like a benefit concert for the families of the hunted who lost their family members.
One of the other gang members says, "Let's be honest. Trying to throw a benefit for the hunted is like saying that the Nazis were okay. These guys were terrible."
Fair enough. Look, I didn't deal with the hunted. I barely deal with the majority of you. The Bratva is about the extent of who I get to deal with lately.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. I'm sure Pietra is a lovely person.
Oh, Pietra's a doll. I really wish though that Bear would just take over. He's been there long enough. He's her brother. I don't know why he just wants to be Bear, but hey, it is what it is.
Bear's an alright guy, but he's not in it for the power, so letting him take over is probably just going to be a slow death for the Bratva.
Anyway,
that being said, I was thinking more along the lines of we feed our various communication networks with a sizable operation. See if anybody takes the bait to show up, and whoever wants to in on the operation sets up a few groups, and we unload everything we got on our assailant and be done with them real quick.
Who or what were the hunted doing when they were taken out? I guess that's an important thing to know.
Marcus. They were moving some drugs. I'm not entirely sure what they were. I think it's called Revelation, something like that.
Wasn't aware that Revelation had made it out here.
It originates somewhere from here. We're not entirely sure where they're getting it, but they're getting it by the barrel.
No, I don't want this to sound accusatory, but I assume that you all have your hands in the Rev game in some shape or form.
So everybody except Alicia and Leah say no, we're avoiding it.
Okay. Well.
In fact, Alicia says nothing, and Leah's like, no, I do peddle this stuff.
Well, if that's the case, do you mind being essentially the bait, saying that you're going to take some of the hunted stock for your own?
I'm not sacrificing any of my men for this endeavor.
All right, fair enough.
Hold on. I'm going to step aside and I'm going to call the Hatter, and I'll just be like, hey, I need a group. Send me a couple of the rabbits and a couple of the caterpillars.
Wow. Yeah, sure thing, boss.
All right, thanks. So I've got people covered. I'll have some of my men come out here from the Hatters. We can use them in the bait situation.
Marcus is just like, you a cold motherfucker. I like this guy. All right, fine. Listen, we got a shindig tonight over at the Overlook. It's a funeral for one of our own. Been having a lot of those lately. After that, I'll see if I can spare anybody. We'll come help you take this thing down.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Though, you said the Overlook. How inland is that?
It's, if you go all the way up the old Docktown Road up here, follow it all the way up to the Overlook, it's a straight shot. It's like 10 minutes. It may be like 70 feet over the ocean, but
My gut says we might want to beef up your security for that.
think somebody's going to attack us on the funeral.
I mean, decorum-wise, it would be really tacky for someone to attack during a funeral, but I don't think that whoever's running around controlling a mythological sea beast really cares about decorum. So, yeah, I have a feeling you could be in danger.
Fair enough. Probably better let the old preacher know, the guy who's helping us with the funeral, just so he doesn't get spooked.
Well, that would be a good idea.
The arbitrator says, well, if there's no any other business, then I guess this meeting's adjourned. Stay safe, everybody, and let us know if you need anything.
Okay.
And he puts his hand on your shoulder, Noel, and says, you said you had a couple things for me. I got a couple things for you, too.
Oh, Well, then I think we might be beneficial for each other because I would like some information about the seamstress, and I'm sure I could provide you with whatever information you are looking for.
Seamstress. The seamstress, right?
Oh yeah, I got it bad.
Okay. All right. Here, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I don't work for the gatekeepers anymore.
Oh, fair enough. Okay then.
I haven't worked for the gatekeepers in quite a while. In fact, this whole little operation of ours is so highly sought after that if the gatekeepers ever got their hands on us, we'd all be fucked. So, trying to avoid them as best as possible. It's pretty much the only amount of information I can give to you on that.
Sounds good to me. I mean, I don't really want to deal with the gatekeepers anyway. I just want to take the seamstress out on a date.
Good luck. I really, really do wish you the best of luck on that. I got somebody I can probably go ask and find out for you, but yeah,
Now, what can I do for you?
it's not what you can do for me, it's what I can do for you. And he pulls out a phone, says, here's the phone you can use to get a hold of me. Since you're a part of the Council of Nine now, it's got everybody's contact info. If you need something, you give me a call. If you need something from one of the other gangs, it's got contact information there. Hopefully you've done a little greasing of palms and a little diplomacy to be able to earn yourself some favors.
I can make things work. I got some money. Speaking of, I believe there's dues for the Council of Nine, and I hand him an envelope that's got about 10 grand in it.
Good start. I like it. Thank you. Your contributions are well noted.
All right. Well, I think now my associate and I need to go ahead and step out and see if we can handle this little problem that is plaguing the rest of the council.
I'm sure that the rest of the council would be very appreciative if you helped them. I certainly feel like they'd sleep better. Welcome to the council.
Thank you, sir. And I will take my leave.
All right. And I will just give a polite nod and wave to the arbitrator, as well as make some quick small talk with the other seconds and whoever's willing to talk to me, and follow Noel out shortly after.
All right. As you're heading out, Leah stops you. I know Lola is a part of your group. I know this because I've seen it. I also know that because she controls the thorns, I have no say on this council. I need you to deliver her a message.
I'm listening.
I will be taking control of the thorns as soon as I have enough signatures on the charter.
Doesn't it have to be unanimous?
No. She just needs 80%.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm already at 70.
Well, I will pass along your message, and I wish you good luck on your little mutiny.
She just scoffs and walks out.
Should we kill her?
Actually, in all honesty, I think Lola would appreciate the bloodless coup. In all honesty, I think she wants more time with her kids and her love life.
Sure, but I mean, if Lola loses the thorns, doesn't she lose the penthouse, the armored cars, a lot of the things that we've relied on in, the past couple months to not end up as bloodstains all over Neon City?
you're right. At the very least, you're just going to lose the drivers and whatnot, depending on how everything shakes out. But I'm fairly sure the penthouse is like bought and paid for and in her name.
Fair enough.
Marcus joins you. Says, "Yeah, Johnny paid for those kind of up front. Starting to feel real bad about saying leave her, Johnny, leave her at her wedding."
Hey, hindsight's 2020, right?
Eh, it was the booze talking.
It's always the booze talking.
Don't talk about booze right now.
Come on, I'll make you a prairie oyster.
Speaking of, Ahmet, I got a nice case of Russian vodka back at the office. If you're down for a go.
After my liver stops trying to kill me.
I'm gonna turn to Marcus and I'll be like, "Hey, just in case there's any trouble," and I'm gonna slide a couple of vials into his hand. Give these to your right hands, your right and left hand men. Keep one for yourself.
You're all right. I don't. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
I'm just gonna nod. All right, Marcus, Ahmet, I'll be waiting. When you're done with your business, just come find me. And I'm gonna step outside and go lean melodramatically against a light post.
Now about those prairie oysters.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, thank you, my man.
So, where are you guys gonna go? Because Marcus says he's gotta go over to the Dutchman's Landing before the funeral, and then he's gotta take care of some other stuff before they head back to the hideout.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're going to the Flying Dutchman to get those prairie oysters, and then I probably will go catch up with Noah after that.
All right, so you guys are gonna head over to the Dutchman's Landing, which is only a few minutes drive. Do you walk over there, or you just gonna hitch a ride somewhere?
Just walk over there.
Yeah, walking's fine.
All right. While you are walking over there, Renee, you said you were going down to the pier, or where were you going?
Muted. Yes, I will go to the pier.
Okay.
Based with
On
my other
your-
contact.
On your way down to the pier, you actually run into Noel and Amit.
Ahmet, I thought you said nobody told the stiffs that we were gonna be here.
Yeah, I'm very, very sure nobody told the suits that we were going to be here. So, hi.
Okay, crosses our arms and says, I thought we were on better terms than that.
Have we ever been on good terms, Miss Lady?
With you, it's always a guess.
Sure.
What are you doing this side of town, boys?
Oh,
Business.
reliving trauma.
I had a few deliveries I had to take care of out this way.
Deliveries where someone blatantly told you not to invite me.
Do you not know how many criminal organizations I'm involved with?
Miss Lady, I am hurt. You really think that I would associate with the kinds of people that don't want you around?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I apologize, but you do technically qualify as law enforcement.
I do, which means that you are now interested in people for my investigation. I'm here for work too.
Ah, great.
Well, as a private investigator, you are now a person of interest in my investigation.
I'm touched. Truly.
So, what is the matter being investigated? We might actually have some information. We might not. Who knows?
The death's happening in Dogtown.
There's a lot going on in Dogtown. You need to be a little bit more specific.
Anything about a giant squid ring a bell?
I mean, there's a new sushi restaurant that just opened up.
I'm watching their faces, specifically Amit's.
I mean, Jerome said something about a big squid order. I don't know.
If you want to come with us to the Dutchman, you can get a nice fried calamari.
Is this the game that we're gonna play this whole time?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, no plays games all the time, but really, do you think I'm going to play games?
Yes. You're a cat. It's in your nature.
Called the fuck out.
Noel's just gonna wave his hands in front of Miss Lady and be like, "We are not the persons of interest you're looking for," and then just turn around and like try to walk away.
You don't want to share information? That's on you. I'll figure it out.
Okay, so in all seriousness, through the grapevine, we have heard some incidences about some gang members getting got by a new player on the field messing around with giant squid powers. They may or may not have asked us to look into the matter.
Why don't we go sit down and have lunch?
Probably because it's like 7 p.m. and we don't need lunch.
Thanks for yes-anding that. Terrible. Dinner then. Whatever suits your fancy.
Real quick, because I forgot to do this earlier. In your investigation where you looked into the dude's mind, you actually took a Call of the Deep 1.
Noted.
Cool.
Sure you'll tell me what that means later?
Mm-hmm. So there is a fish and chip shop that is just down the street from the Dutchman's Landing. Otherwise, there's a few other restaurants in the area. They're not like super high end because it's Knockdown. It's an industrial area, so fast, greasy, you know.
Oh yes, perfect for a hangover.
You want burgers, pizza, chicken.
I believe Miss Lady wanted some calamari.
You're making assumptions.
You
Do
I
you
asked
actually
us.
don't
not?
like fish.
Oh. I mean, I could go for some calamari.
It's a good thing that calamari isn't a fish.
Well, there's a fish shop that also has fried calamari. They also serve burgers and gyros. Or also Euro burgers.
We'll leave it to their lead.
Can I get a raw steak?
You want raw steak?
Yeah, please.
You're aware that there's no actual blood in a raw steak, right?
Look,
It's just protein juice
would-
from the
Would you rather I ate the waitress?
Fine, fair enough.
For you, sir.
Calamari, double order.
Okay, for you, my friend, I give you double order.
Thank you.
And for the lady,
An order of fries and a water, please.
right? So he runs off to go get your guys' food. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate or dehydrate, baby.
So yeah, he runs off to go get your food. You guys settle down at the table.
Thank you, Bella, for checking out on us.
Thank you. Love you.
Posture checks too. Ow.
I need to learn hand stretches.
I have a few I can show you later.
A lot of popping I didn't want to hear.
That was either yourself or from me.
Me. Ow.
So you guys are sitting there having lunch.
I don't talk to cops.
I'm not a cop.
Might as well be. You're a paranormal cop.
I'm an
All right.
investigator, just like you.
Let's see your PI license.
It shows the tag.
Oh, how cute. Did you get that out of the box of Wheaties?
I'm sure that's where you got yours.
Hey, my credentials aren't in question here, and it was a box of Fruit Loops.
So, sharing information on the squid case?
I'll be appreciated.
All right.
I
So
can
what
tell
we
you-
know,
Go ahead.
so what we know is that whoever this is, none of the gangs that I know of are claiming any responsibility for him. He seems, she, they seem to be targeting the gangs indiscriminately, so long as they're doing business over here in Docktown. And they have already knocked off a couple of the gangs in their efforts.
I have pictures of a very well-dressed gentleman. He has very, very great fashion taste in his trench coat, and I will give you those pictures for $1 each.
How many are there?
What, like 3 or 4?
There's about a dozen.
I'll give you 20. She'll put $20 on the table.
I'll put the pictures down on the table.
Not going to ask for your change.
No.
Noel doesn't give change. You know better.
Gonna pick up the photos and kind of look through them. Who took these?
Actually, that's a question we probably should have asked. An associate provided them to us, but I'm not entirely sure who the photographer was.
But at least he seems sane.
Yeah. The person who the person who gave them to us seemed fine. Yeah, I would assume so. Wasn't off his rocker. He wasn't, screaming about space lasers or anything like that.
I mean, as sane as you can be as a gang member. Yeah.
I'm not curious because I've got one in lockup who's having a whole conniption about this. Refuses to leave the cell. He thinks that if he walks outside, he's going to get killed.
In a place like Docktown, he's not necessarily wrong.
He thinks that the kraken's gonna come and kill him.
I mean, in a place like Docktown, he's not necessarily wrong.
Dogtown as of recent, I'll give you that.
All right. So, other than ominous threats, any other information you have? You know, apparently we're working the same situation.
She picks up a photo that has a fairly clear image of the person in the trench coat and says, "They told you this was a man?"
They didn't
They-
tell us.
Say it exactly. That's why I went with the whole he, she, they. We don't exactly know. I mean, judging by the body proportions, I would say probably male presenting.
I was told was that there was a woman who makes an appearance after each death up on the overlook. And the last attack, they were supposed to be meeting somebody on the cliff in Callista Point with a shipment of Revelation. I thought you were supposed to have a handle on that. Looking at Noel. Or is that Stim?
No deals in STEM mostly.
We've decided to rebrand. Stim was not a very good name. We're calling it T now.
Of course you are.
I like the rebranding.
Yeah.
And as after she asks that, Noel makes a call. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, you haven't been in Docktown recently, have you? You're not running around in a trench coat killing gang members or anything?
No. I'm currently on a cheating husband case.
Ah, fair enough. Check your Venmo. There'll be an extra 150 per diem for you. And I'm just gonna hang up.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. So it definitely isn't Kevin who's been down here. So my people are in check.
All right. And from what I know, it's like I said, none of the gangs that I have contacts in are claiming anything. So the Shogunate and Lola's group is in the clear as well.
And
Is
from
that-
what we can gather after a brief meeting with our associates, I'm pretty sure that none of them have had a hand in this.
Jamal had said directly that he was going to a meeting, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
When I ran into him.
Kitty!
Well, it's in
Mhm.
Hawks.
Kitty
Yep.
cat.
It's one of his favorite places.
He needs a
Isn't
bow
that
tie.
Nice. What's so?
I'm trying to decide how much of a reach it is to kind of associate Jamal's meeting with where they were at.
It wouldn't be too much of a stretch. If you want to find out, you can do an investigate and use your gatekeeper access to find out with the perchers.
I don't know any Jamals.
That sounds like fun. Why not?
Okay.
I like having information.
Especially information that you're using to, get your other player characters caught in a lie,
Yes.
even if it's only a lie of omission.
It is a 10.
So you give them you're trying to track down Jamal from that first meeting to where he could have gone to.
Yes.
According to the Perchers, they noticed the run-in with you. They've been tracking him for a short time, anyways, and then he disappeared somewhere around Docktown. And they have no idea where the hell he could have been because for some reason Docktown's blacked out.
Interesting. Like there's no information that comes in from Docktown.
There is little information, and it's mostly from certain spots. One would be that brewery, and the second would be around the piers.
Said you can confirm that the Shogunate weren't involved. Does that mean you met with Jamal?
We met in passing, yes.
Mm-hmm. See. Well, I have someone on the pier that I'm supposed to meet. Where are you two heading?
I have somebody I'm meeting over at the Dutchman's Landing, and then after that, I don't even know if I have anything after that. Probably gonna go back home, crash, sleep. I may have done a bit too much with Bear this past week.
I had to go check out some real estate. The Hatter and I may be opening up a nightclub out here.
Nightclub. Well, if you're going to be going to the Dutchman, take a listen into the dock workers. Apparently they're telling ghost stories.
I make it a habit
They
to
always.
listen to the dock workers. Have you heard the things that come out of their mouths?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it is vile.
And?
And my ears are not a toilet, thank you.
Glad to see that's where you draw the line.
It's so bad. The guy comes back with the food. Here's the food. Here's the food. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, did I hear you say something about investigating something?
There. You want to feel that one?
I just I hear things. People come in, dock workers. You know, they said something about Callista's Overlook.
Yes, I did.
The one of the biker gangs that are around here, they like to use that place over there for what do you call it? Funerals. They
Has that
say
been
that
very frequent lately.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them.
What did they say?
Well, it's not what they say. It's an old legend about the Overlook. Like 10 years ago, just, some poor lady got killed. It was like one of her favorite places to go look. She was waiting for her husband to come back from the Navy. Gets killed in the crossfire in a turf war. It was a whole thing. They say that Callista's Overlook is haunted by her spirit. Whether or not you believe that is a completely different story.
What happened to the husband?
Nobody knows.
Hmm.
Is there anyone who lives out on the Overlook?
There's some sort of loft building over there, and there's some apartments. I think she used to live over there. I don't know. I've only been in the city for like maybe 3-4 years.
Really don't want to go back to those.
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah, whether or not there's actually ghosts up there, I don't know. But I do know that poor woman was heartbroken before she died. She was waiting for her husband to come back and never got a chance to see him again.
Mm.
It's truly a tragedy in its making.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all just a Docktown ghost story. I mean, I remember that story from when I set up shop around here.
Hey, wait, I know you. You're that crazy detective kid.
Sure, we'll go with that.
See, I hear weird things. Something about you being a blood-sucking asshole? I don't know.
Asshole, yes. Blood sucking. Do you really want to find out?
I do not.
Didn't you pass your law, the bar exam at one point? They may be referring to your possibility of being a lawyer.
Oh, I mean, sure, but I'm not like that litigious these days, so
Yeah, fair.
it is what it is. Yeah, don't want to go back to those apartments though. Let's stay far away from that side of town.
Well, enjoy your meal.
Thank you once again. All right, so we dig into the calamari and what else we got. So that's good. And
Some raw steak.
no, I don't want any of your raw steak. You have fun with that.
I'll try.
So, what are you two gonna do then? Like, what is your plans from here?
Well, I think to start, we need to ditch the suit. Can't commit crimes when there's a cop around.
I heard something about a situation going on around Dock 50, was it? Yeah, Dock 50 from Jamal when I met up with him. That might be a good place to investigate if you're looking into the matter some more.
Okay. I mean,
No, I'm saying this to Renee.
Who is currently not at her chair?
That would be explaining that, but yeah, essentially, when Meg gets back, I'm tossing out the whole tidbit about Doc 50 as a hey, go investigate this while we do other shit.
All right. While you guys are sitting there, you see a man in a black cassock walking in, goes up to the front, orders the roast beef special, comes to sit down.
Is this the pastor from the church on the Overlook?
Yeah. So, do you come down to the seaside church at all?
I haven't been to the Seaside Church since my funeral.
I would not be surprised if I have, but it wouldn't be a regular kind of thing.
All right. So the person that you're looking at is Father Levi Winters. He has been the pastor at this church for probably like 3-4 years. He's not been there very long,
Hmm.
like in the span of things. The actual like the presiding bishop for the church, you also know his name, and that is, where is he? His name is Bishop William Ramsey.
Okay.
And are we just like gonna sit here and like creeper style watch a priest eat a beef sandwich? Like,
I mean, I'm going to say, just like give a polite nod and say, "Follow Winters," and go back to my own food. I don't know if you're going to sit there and watch him creeper style or not.
I'm gonna maintain eye contact while I eat a raw steak.
Why are you asserting your dominance on a preacher?
I think you know what I am and why.
Oh, never mind. Fair enough.
Well, without Meg there to stop you.
What did you do?
He's currently trying to he's trying to assert his dominance over a priest by eating a raw steak with direct eye contact.
Like, I'm not even like cutting. Like, I don't even have the steak on like a plate. Like, I'm just straight up like holding it in both hands. I'm just like biting into it and just staring him down.
What in the hell are you doing?
Eating.
Like an animal?
You know what I am and what I'm doing. Wait, do you know what I am?
Yes, I know what you are.
I mean, you know I'm a private investigator.
I know what you are, and I know that you should have some decent manners. At least you
Well,
should.
you absolutely have no idea who I am.
Why are you doing this? Staring someone down?
I'm just something ain't right here, and I'm just gonna continue eating my steak.
Father Winters is like mildly disturbed, and he's just like, okay, thanks. Grabs his food and like turns his back to you.
I mean, why is he staring down the priest?
Well, besides the obvious issue between him and most Christian religions, I have nothing.
I don't trust the clergy.
That goes without saying.
Look. Not all clergy are like that. You don't have to listen to all the intrusive thoughts.
Look, he came in here. I don't recognize him from when I was around here. Then again, I don't recognize this restaurant owner either, so I'm gonna turn my gaze to the restaurant owner and just kind of like maintain eye contact with him for a little while.
Oh
The
my
man
god.
gave you a raw steak on request.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pay for it. That's how a restaurant works, Emmett.
Yes, but at the very least, be polite and don't be obvious with your staring.
What, do I put my hat down?
I'm forgetting how. I can't even. All right. So, Noel's insanity aside, I do remember Jamal saying something about uh, something going on Pier 50 that might be associated with this case. So, if you want to check that out while me and Noel deal with our business, that would be probably a good idea.
What is the pier that Evelyn is at?
Evelyn is currently at the pier or the carnival pier, so it's around 30.
Okay. So is he gonna take too kindly to me showing up?
Jamal?
Mm-hmm.
Jamal's not going to be there. Like I said, it's just a matter. So, if you show up, you show up. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Jamal. We all have plausible deniability. If anything goes wrong, Jamal will be fine.
Of course, I'm just conducting my own investigation of the piers.
Exactly.
If you find the courage to talk to him, that priest might actually have some information too. He's been speaking a lot about what's going on. Trying to keep the civilians less rattled.
All right. I still have a little bit of time before I have to meet a man about some more issues. I'll take care of it.
Hey, priest.
He's like, yeah.
What you know about the going-ons here in Docktown? You been killing gang members?
He just like turns very disturbed. Says, "You've been eating a raw steak while staring at me, sir. I don't think I want to talk with you. No amount of salvation is going to save that."
Do you want to talk to my crazy straw?
You're
No.
what?
Then answer the question,
No.
priest. What do you know about the going-ons here in Docktown?
I know that there's a lot of violence, and it looks like you might be behind it.
I just got here today.
I don't know, your crazy straw seems different.
Oh, Crazy Straw's a new addition. I used to live in Docktown, moved on up into the downtown of the city. Now I'm back here, investigating the death of some friends.
Yeah, you used to live out here too.
I did.
I grew up out here.
And when did you leave?
8, maybe 9 years ago, something like that.
Oh. Are you the person who shot me?
What?
What?
No, I didn't shoot you.
Well, like 8, 9 years ago, I was investigating a case. Came home. Blam! And then I don't remember anything. Did you do my funeral? Because whoever did my funeral did not do a good job.
No. That I only joined the clergy a few years ago. Actually, that might have been Father Ramsey. He's kind of been on the decline.
Fair enough. Are you doing the funerals tonight?
No, I don't want to associate with the gangs. Father Ramsey is going to be the one handling the funeral arrangements for that.
Fair enough. Okay, guys, I don't think he knows anything. I think we should let the nice man enjoy his beef sandwich. And then I'm just going to get up and walk outside.
Okay.
Vein, right there.
I am too hungover for this.
I don't know if you caught that, Meg. What his name was?
I
I
did
think you
not.
might. His name is Levi Winters.
Levi Winters. Okay. And then Ramsey is the one that's doing the funeral.
Mm-hmm. Well, since your friend decided to get up and probably go slaughter another cow, I yeah, Father Ramsey's handling the stuff with the gangs. I don't want to associate with them. Like I said, I had kind of a terrible past.
Mm-mm. If you don't want to, if you don't want to share, that's fine. But former gang member yourself before you joined the clergy.
Something like that, yeah.
Mm. All right. Well,
Oh, he's back.
Well, thank you for sharing that information, Pastor.
Yeah.
And I apologize for his decorum.
I've handled worse in my life.
I'm sure you see all kinds in your position.
Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to handle tonight's services. Thanks.
mhm.
Should you be so inclined, I will be at the church if you need to speak to me again.
We will
Thank
keep
you.
that in mind. Thank you. But yeah, after that, I'm gonna turn to Renee and just say, so, yeah, I'm running a bit tight on time. Like I said, I have to go over to the Dutchman to meet a man about some oysters. So I'll talk to you later. And yeah, Ahmed gets up and finishes making his way over to the Dutchman's landing.
All
I feel
right.
like I just got saddled with everybody's check. I think that's what just happened. Because neither of them paid. So I'm gonna pay for our food.
Oh my god.
Apologize for Arnold and his behavior. Thank him again for sharing the story. And then I'm gonna go check out the piers.
Okay. And then Noel, where are you going?
Noel's just sitting outside. He's chilling with Ahmet until we get this figured out.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with you two. You guys head over to the Dutchman's Landing. Each step you take creaks against salt worn wood. The scent of stale beer and tobacco is kind of noxious in your nose, and all you see inside are salty dock workers. In one corner of the room, there is a large steel chest, and at the bar is a man who, let's face it, probably should have retired decades ago. What do you want?
How many days till you retire?
Retirement? Yeah, there's no such thing.
I'm fairly sure we're standing in his retirement.
Bingo. Welcome to the Dutchman's Landing. What can I do for you?
I'm looking to down a couple of prairie oysters. I had a rough night, and it is still kicking my ass.
Ah, Mr. Marcus sent you. Yeah, hold on. I got you.
Thank you.
So he mixes you up a couple prairie oysters, sets them both on the table with the eggs fresh right there for you so you can crack them in.
Mm-hmm. And with the practice as only a chef and or very experienced college student can, Anna does crack them one hand and drop them in and just knock them back like they're shots.
See, you've done this before.
Yeah, yeah, probably far too many times.
Well, what about you, friend? What do you have?
A really strong shot, because frankly, I'm a little unnerved about what I just watched.
Hang on, I got something for
Wait,
you.
wait, you are getting on my case after I sat there and watched you eat a raw steak.
I'm gonna pull the steak out of my pocket. You want some?
No.
All right. Well, I'm tucking it back into the pocket.
Me boy, do you have a raw steak in your pocket?
Yeah. Are you hungry?
I'm good.
Fair enough.
Here you go. And he pours you a shot of Everclear.
I'll just knock it back.
So, what brings you down to the Dutchman's Landing? Not many of you city folk come down here.
Looking into a matter, some of our associates kind of met a very bad end, and we've been hearing some stories about it, so we're just looking for a bit more information.
As you say that, a couple of the dock workers look up at you and then, like, really intently back at their drinks. Yeah, we do not like to talk about the miseries that have been happening down by the docks. Lots of good folk died. That's a shame.
Yeah, we are looking into the matter to see if we can't, get it to stop.
Aye. That'd be a tall order, but if you can make it happen, then that'd be great for business. Be nice to have the bikers back in here.
I mean,
They pay for the majority of this. Keep this place running.
Oh, that is amazing. But yeah, if we can get this to stop, and if somebody would be happy to provide some information, I'm fairly sure the bikers will return and bring some of their friends. No, I'm fairly sure some of your guys over at the tea shop would be happy to have another drinking hole.
Yep, maybe, probably. I don't know. I stay out of their lives.
Very well. What do you want to know?
So, first things first, is there anybody who might have a particular issue with the gang activity in Docktown? You know, bad blood, territorial disputes, anything like that?
Yeah. There was always fighting in these parts, mostly between the Haunted and Las Arenas. Them preachers up at the Overlook, they're not too keen on it either.
I can understand why the preachers would be against it. That being said, I know Winters is a recent addition. What's his story?
Winters? He was one of the first patrons here. He points to a picture right behind you. It's a photo of all of Las Serenas, and you can actually see Father Winters standing there as one of the original members of the gang.
Oh.
Was Winters ever married?
Aye, that he was.
Did Winters ever join the military?
Aye, he was a submariner.
Huh.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened to... I'm sorry, but I'm connecting some dots. What happened to his wife?
Poor thing got killed one day in the middle of a crossfire. She was sitting there watching for him. Next thing you know, stray bullet.
see. Well, that is a sad tale. That. Okay. So, just out of curiosity, have any of the dock workers got caught up in any of this nonsense, or has it only been the gangs so far?
Yeah, really, the only people that ever got caught up in the violence has been the gang members. Some of them were dock workers by trade, but everything was just gang related.
Uh,
You know, I even still got Levi's old bike sitting in the back.
you mind if we take a look at it?
Feel free.
No. Come on. Let's go take a look at what's probably a excellent work, a bit of history.
Sure. Let's go take a look.
So he leads you guys past the giant chest and into the back room. And as you guys get back there, you see the outline of a motorcycle covered in a very tattered tarp. There she blows, boys. The old Dutchman herself.
Oh. That's what he named his bike, the Dutchman? Yeah.
Aye.
That would explain the bar's name then.
Yeah. This used to be owned by La Serenas. He came up with the name.
All right. So, I'm just gonna look over at the barman before he pulls the top off to take a closer look. Just make sure he has the permission to do so.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And I'm
By the way, real quick, because I forgot to mention this, as you guys are going into the back, you see a little metal plaque that says owned and operated by David Jones.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
From the Monkees?
Hmm?
That guy from the band The Monkees? Davy Jones, you know. Hey, we're the Monkees.
Yeah, I got that.
all right.
Fair enough. All right.
I think that was the moment that Shock just had to cope with that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So as you pull the cover off of the bike, it's a little dusty, but it's an old Indian. It's like 19. I want to say it was like a 1973 Indian bike. It is a beautiful gold and wood paneled bike. Looks like it is still in its prime.
How long did you say this has been back here?
Probably good 6 years.
And have you been keeping up on its upkeep?
No, just left it here.
I mean, it looks brand new.
Yeah, I always wondered about that.
While they're talking, do you mind if I take a quick peek behind the veil with this bike?
Yes.
If I remember correctly, that is plus mythos, correct?
Yes, it is.
I think I still have 2 of those. And that is an 8.
While you are currently looking at the bike, you can hear the sound of the waves. You can actually see this tarp that was on there starts to billow a little bit. And then your attention is turned to the iron chest. You hear muffled screams and rattling bones. It's almost like something in there is trying to claw its way out. Then suddenly you hear a rhythmic beat that stops. Also, you'll be taking a Tier 1 Call of the Deep.
Okay.
In the same boat, buddy.
Yeah, same boat. All right. So as I come back to reality, and okay, so yeah, that happened. All right. Well, I take it. Father Winters doesn't swing by to do maintenance on the bike either.
No, he hasn't been by since, since he sold the place.
Hmm. What was his wife's name?
Callista.
Out of character, because of course it is.
Of course.
All right.
She was a sweet girl. Couldn't harm a fly.
Hmm. All right. Well, I thank you for letting us see the bike. And unless Noel wants to do anything first, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the tarp back over it.
Noel's got nothing. Noel's not
All right.
a gearhead, so he's not really going to be too worried about the bike, other than the fact that it just looks like it's brand new. Like, it's been sitting here 6 years and nobody's done maintenance on it. Like, that doesn't sit right.
All right. Well, I think we are good here. Thank you for all your information and all your help. We might be back later to talk to some of the dock workers, but I think we have a a funeral to go catch, if you don't mind. And with that, I'm just going to try and subtly nudge No out the door.
Bye. I don't know. Salty dog, you. I'll catch you later.
I'll be here.
I'll bring steak.
I be good. And I'm going to switch scenes over to Renee. Renee, you just walk over to the docks then?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going over to Dock 50 or are you heading over to the beach?
Go to Dock 50.
Okay.
Like the press one.
As you are walking over there, right about Pier 42, you notice a very familiar face. Somebody that you dealt with in the last case.
I'm oblivious. Who?
This is Alicia.
Oh.
She's currently going through, or she's opening up the warehouse on Pier 42.
Pleasure to see you again, Miss Crane.
She jumps. Holy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
No, it's okay. It's been kind of a morning. It's good to see you too. What are you doing out here?
Taking in the sights. Doing some work.
The first part I don't believe. The second part I do.
That's why I include both.
Hmm.
It's a bit of a smile, the signal to joke.
Just came to make sure that nothing in here got broken. This used to be a hangout. Now it's just kind of storage.
Taking a look at the docks along this point, how much of it is damaged? How near
Near
to this point?
like a lot of this area has been damaged except for 42 and on. Like from where you can see, since you haven't hit 50 yet, from 42 onwards is untouched.
Imagine you are quite concerned with how much damage is tearing up the docks.
Yeah, it's more of a sentiment thing. A lot of good memories here. Just don't want to see it destroyed. Also, vandals come, tag the place, people try to break in, just trying to make sure that nothing gets disturbed.
I know that she is married, right?
Mm-hmm.
His wife.
Yep.
I'm surprised you came out on your own without your wife, given everything that's happening.
She doesn't know that we maintain the space.
He.
Yeah. It's kind of a point of contention. So, out of sight, out of mind.
Keep the household troubles down, and
Mm-hmm. I would prefer to keep it that way, if you don't mind.
of course.
Thank you.
How much of this is it that you maintain?
We own 40 through 50, well, 40 through 49. And then my sister-in-law owns 50 through 60. It's all kind of wrapped up into one.
Good thing, but I also find it surprising that your lots have been untouched.
Honestly, I don't know what that whole deal is. I'm honestly surprised myself, but my sister-in-law has armed guards over in her section, so it's very possible that they're trying to maintain everything.
Those guards circulate 24/7.
As far as I know, I don't talk to Annette much anymore.
Do you think she or her workers would be opposed if I asked them some questions?
Probably. Nobody's usually allowed over there, but if you're trying to get a hold of Annette directly, be my guest. Not sure how friendly she would be.
My business is more so with the workers, see if they've seen anything happening on the docks.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
So if there's no harm in it, the worst I can say is no.
Absolutely.
Anything that I can help you with while I'm here, Miss Craig?
No. Just like I said, double checking everything.
I want to roll a vibe check.
All right, roll and investigate.
Be a 10. I think I'm just using. I think case files is the only one. Or
Okay.
Bringer of Justice.
I'll accept Bringer of Justice.
Is it
Right.
at an 11?
So what do you want to know?
If she's really just double checking, or if it's.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know how else to phrase it, but like just
No,
kind of
that's-
watching.
So I will say that she does have a backpack with her, and you notice that there's like some gear in there. You can't quite see what it is, obviously, other than it sounds expensive and heavy.
Mhm.
But she definitely gives you the vibe that she's not entirely being truthful.
And said how I want to take that and deal with it. Are you sure I can help you with your bag, or if you have anything else with you need to carry?
No, please, it's fine.
All right. Well then, you're gonna say something, or?
No.
All right then. I hope you have a good day, Miss Crane.
You too. And she quickly locks up the building and starts walking as quickly as she can away.
Assuming she takes the bag with her.
Yes, she does.
I don't want to watch her for. Try not to make it like obvious, but I do want to kind of keep an eye on her for a minute until she gets to where she's going.
All right. She makes it up the pier and onto the street, and you see that she gets into a car. There's a guy that comes out, opens the door for her so she can get in.
Okay. And I guess I'm gonna walk down the pier to see about talking to some guards.
All right.
This most recent attack, was it like last night, or was it?
Yeah, it was last night.
Okay. I'm assuming that's the one where they busted the guy in lockup.
No, actually, he's
No?
been there for a few weeks.
Oh.
The one that happened last night was the one at the beach. So as you're continuing to approach Dock 50, you start seeing signs for Crane Industries and Lazarus Bio.
That's a familiar name. I know that name. But yeah, I'm gonna approach and at a point and she's gonna turn around back towards the dock and kind of see how far out she can see everything from there.
All right. As you get there, one of the guards he's like, "Hey, you right there, stop."
Jed stops and turns to look. Oh, hello.
This is a secured site. What are you doing here?
Doing some work. Trying to see how far out you can see things from this location.
Okay, well, I'm going to need you to step outside of the perimeter of this facility, and you can keep going doing that.
She'll step out of perimeter and ask, are there guards here 24/7? Strange question,
Yes.
I understand, but shows that the investigator's badge.
Yes, ma'am. There are guards here 24/7.
Are any of them here from last night?
No, not today.
What about? I imagine you circle through who takes shifts.
Yeah. What are you trying to look for here, ma'am?
Seeing if there's anyone that works here that might have seen what's happened further down the docks with the attacks.
Oh, all the attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a guy that walks around here in a black trench coat occasionally, goes up to the overlook. See a woman up there occasionally too, just kind of hanging out. But outside of that, nothing outside of the normal.
Anything notable outside of the trench coat? Any discerning features?
No, but always thought it was weird that his trench coat had a white collar on it.
It is rather curious. I think that's about all I need to know. Thank you.
Have a good night, ma'am.
You too. How late in the evening are we at this point?
It's about 7 or 8.
My way back down the piers. Go stop at the, well... Yeah, we'll stop at the beach.
All right. As you're walking back over there, Nolan Emmett, what's your guys' next move?
Well, I'm going to tell No what I saw when I looked at the bike and how the thing seemed to be giving impressions of a ship at sea and its connections to the chest and everything. Okay. So, at first, I thought we may have been just dealing with the rift of the kraken itself. I think we might need to look a bit bigger.
Like Godzilla?
Never mind. Not bigger in actual size, but bigger in story.
Look, man, I don't read pirate tales.
Okay, so I suspect that Winters is our prime suspect.
Oh, I mean, I got that feeling when he was eating. Like, who orders a roast beef sandwich at a dockside bar? Like, come on now.
Somebody who works near a dock and likes roast beef sandwiches.
Nah, nah. There's no. And then you all were like, "Why are you staring him down?" And I was like, "Oh, well, now you know. Look, something wasn't right, and I'm saying it right now. Something wasn't right with that guy. He came in.
Okay. Okay. Look, you can brag about your gut feeling being right all you want later. Right now, I think he's our main suspect. He has a particular vengeance grudge due to his wife dying at the hand of gang violence. And he might be a rift of Davy Jones.
That guy from the band, the Monkeys."
You made a Pirates of the Caribbean joke not even an hour ago.
I mean, the only thing we could do is get to the church.
Yes, we're going to go to the church.
Wait, no, he's not going to be in the church, would he?
He said he was going to be in the church.
But he's got stuff to help with the funeral, doesn't he? Shouldn't he be heading to the Overlook?
The church where the funeral is taking place.
No, the funeral's at the Overlook.
Where do you think the church is?
Well, like 3 blocks that way.
Oh, and please tell me I'm not misremembering that the church in question was on the Overlook.
The church in question is at the Overlook.
Not that church, no.
Oh, we're not going to Our Lady of Perpetual Silence?
No, we're not going to Our Lady of Perpetual Silence.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Lead the way.
Okay. So yeah, apparently I'm leading Noel up to the overlook and the church there.
And once again, you bump into Renee.
I'm gonna have to fix the overlay after this session. You two are off in a hurry?
Well, we got a funeral to get to.
Yeah, and hopefully, yes, a funeral to get to. I take it you're going the same way.
Yeah, same way. Something interesting that one of the dock workers told me. Said the man in the trench coat had a white collar.
Right. Okay. Huh. That's an interesting detail. Yes, that is a very interesting detail. Just out of a random question, you wouldn't have to have that whole ceiling gun with the bullets and whatnot on you.
Yes, I always have it with me.
Great. That's good. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
You should be lead the way because apparently you're the man on the mission.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. So you guys are heading towards the funeral?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. Where is... Oh. Sorry, trying to find what I wrote. Oh, there we go. The thick fog that settles around Docktown seems to lift, if only out of respect for the dead. Members of Las Sirenas all gather around the cliff's edge to pay their respects to their fallen comrade by committing their bodies to the sea, as is tradition. You see most of Las Sirenas standing there as they're literally sending the body down the cliff. And everybody seems to just be kind of quiet for a moment. One of them breaks out into a sea shanty. Everybody joins.
Observe for a moment out of respect to figure out where the priest is.
I'm going to have you do an investigate.
An investigate, I love those. I don't know anything I'd have here. Man, a 9.
Okay, you get to ask one question.
It's simply, where is the priest, I suppose? Where is Winters?
So you see Bishop Ramsey is there, but you don't see Winters anywhere.
I mean, he's on par. He said he didn't want anything to do with the funerals, so he's not. Church is there. Nobody's in the church. They're all just outside, right?
That you know of. That you know of.
Okay. I don't see him out here. He might be inside. Go look inside the church, I suppose.
Yep. I'm gonna look around the surrounding area to see if I see anybody out of place, like the woman who apparently shows up, or our missing pastor.
Okay. You doing an investigate or a look beyond the mist?
I'm going to do an investigate.
Okay. Roll me an
Okay.
investigate.
Hmm. I'm going to go with good listener, creation of winds, and under the open sky, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have any arguments. And that would net me a 9 total.
Okay. So go ahead and ask your question.
All right, so my first question would in fact be, is Father Winters even on the grounds right now?
He is not. From what you can see, that he is not outside. He is not visible within the windows of the church, but you don't know unless you go inside.
Okay. Let's see, a 9 only gets me one question, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, it's questions equal to power. So
So
you had 3.
okay. Next question. Is there any unknown faces in the crowd for the proceedings?
Yes, actually, you see one, and it's kind of difficult to tell what their face looks like, as they're wearing a fedora.
Right, of course. And the
It has a
third,
really cool hat.
question would be, actually, where is Father Ramsey?
He's currently standing with the group around the cliff.
Right, okay. I'm assuming that counts as my third question, or does, wait, no, you said that earlier. I was just double checking.
I'm not going to count that as one of your questions. That's
Yeah,
like
still, I'm
you can.
trying to think of a third question to ask.
Could bank it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bank it for right now.
Okay. Was somebody going inside?
Was
All right. The once proud stucco and stone facade of the church now sits nestled at the end of Docktown, ignored and forgotten. The heavy oak doors creak against the sea-sprayed rot that afflicts its old hinges. Soft prayers and a light incense fill the air, either relaxing those who come in or making them sweat from fear of their sins.
look around, take in the sights. I step further into the church.
Yeah, as you get in there, you see a couple of people scattered here and there doing prayers. You see somebody going into one of the confession booths, but no sign of Father Winters.
I think I want to do a loop beyond the mist here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me plus mist for you.
There's an 11 total.
Damn. So your Call of the Deep is going to increase to a tier 2.
Ah, shit.
Despite being the house of God, the walls of this church feel wet and cold. The church bell rings above and rattles you to your core. There's a sensation of drowning and sorrow here. There is no salvation.
I think they're kind of getting sucked into that moment. finds herself sitting in a pew and just kind of trying to catch her breath, almost like trying to combat that sense of drowning.
One of the parishioners comes up. Are you okay? Do you need water?
No, thank you. I came in looking for Father Winters. Is he here?
No. He just left. Actually, not that long ago. Said he was gonna go get lunch.
He hasn't been back since then?
Mm-mm.
Thank you. Thank you, I'm okay.
Okay. With your look beyond the mist, you'll also see that there is a broken vial in one of the trash cans, and it is filled with a liquid that is the same consistency as Revelation.
I had a crackpot theory appear in my head. Had to work through that for a moment. I think with that and taking note of that, gonna make her way back outside, trying to get away from that claustrophobic sensation.
The feeling of drowning.
Yeah, she's not a big fan of that one.
That's actually probably one of the warnings I should have put on there was thalassophobia. So you come back outside.
Sensation makes her way back over towards Amit and Noel.
Alright. Noel, what are you doing in all this?
Noel's just, being Noel. He's dancing around. He's singing, what would you do with a drunken sailor?
Yeah, you've officially joined the life of the party as these guys are doing sea shanties and dancing around. Like, hey, buddy, you should come back us with the hideout, you know?
Maybe. And I'm just gonna keep doing my thing.
Noel, real quick, I'm going to need you to face danger against emotional trauma as you are looking at the lofts.
Face danger, emotional trauma. All right. That is a 5.
Woof. Okay, so Noel, you're taking a traumatized 3.
Sure. I'm just gonna stop what I was doing, and just kind of frozen in a dead stare. I'm just gonna be like.
So both Renee and Amit would have noticed this now.
So yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to No, next to No. No.
Yeah. What's up? How you doing, Amit?
You good?
When did you get here?
We arrived together, man.
Oh, that's right.
Are you good? Do we need to get you a Capri Sun?
Oh no, I don't. I'm not hungry. Plus, there's plenty of Capri Suns dancing around here.
No. These are friends, not food.
Marcus comes up to you and says, yeah, you won't be eating any of my people, all right?
I don't know. It was your people, or I don't know. That guy over there looks like.
That's old Father Ramsey. Don't touch him.
Okay, and?
He's a nice man.
kill anybody. It's just a little sip.
Look, you guys want to come back to the hangout or not? Or hideout?
Is the hideout over there?
No, it's back down towards the down over by the beach.
Yes, I think we do. That would probably be a good idea.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna party it up. Gonna celebrate.
As long as it's not in the lofts, I'm good.
What's up with you in the lofts?
I don't want to talk about it.
Fair enough. Did anybody want to do any other investigation right here?
I mean, Amit's head's on a swivel, but that's about it. Like, he's trying to keep an eye out because he's fairly sure something is about to go down.
I would love to do another look beyond you. Because I want to look for the woman.
And before we
All right.
finish heading down, or before we head down to the hideout, Noel's got to run over to the side of the Callisto and make sure that everybody knows that Noel was here. So he's pulling out a can of spray paint.
I'm sorry. You're gonna spray paint onto the cliffs that Noel was here.
I'm gonna spray paint onto the building that's up there.
Oh, on the lofts.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Noel
church?
was
Okay.
the church, specifically the church.
Father Ramsey goes, "Do not dare!"
It's already done. Like, Noel is already spelled out. Noel, at the very least.
You hooligan! Mr. Brand, keep your men in check. No, what did I just tell you? Don't mess with the man.
You told me not to drink the man. You didn't say I could mark
This
that I was
is
here.
a church. This is a church. Even I have standards.
I mean, I feel a little toasty, but
Oh, dear God. Sorry, Father Ramsey. We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. I will send somebody up to clean it up for you.
No, this is why we can't go to nice places.
how are people gonna know that I was here if I don't mark down that I was here?
Why does it matter if they know if you were here?
Nobody is going to remember you, you heathen.
You'd be surprised at who's gonna remember me. Speaking of, and I'm gonna pull out a copy of the very first volume of my fan fiction, and I'm gonna give it to the priest and walk away.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's gonna be
So
a
you-
motion picture.
Oh, dear God. So, you had a look beyond the mist roll. What was the answer?
It was a 9.
Okay. Let's see here. While the mist obscures the area around, the cliff is clear. A deep tone can be heard echoing from the sea below. There is a woman standing on the ledge, crying as she stares out to the sea.
Go approach the woman.
She startles. You can see me?
Okay, darling.
Interesting.
No, not many people can.
Who are you?
You can call me Penny.
Penny. It's a nice name.
Thank you. What's your name?
Callista.
Callista of Callista's Point.
Yeah.
Why are you up
He's
here crying?
waiting for my husband to return.
Who's your husband?
Levi. He's he's a work in progress. He was a gang member and joined the Navy, and they sit here and wait for him every day till he comes home.
Marlon, what happened to you?
I don't know. I've always been here.
You haven't seen him since?
No. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. I see a woman occasionally. Kind of looks like me. She's talking with somebody, but it's always so obscured. This place is always so foggy.
Woman like you. That looks like you.
Yeah.
And kind of studying her, is there anything notable about her features? Recognizable or
She's got long blonde hair. It's braided up with like seashells, stuff like that. She's wearing a white sundress. Barefoot. She's essentially just sitting on the cliff and kicking her feet over the edge. Outside of that, not really anything. Oh, she
Calista-
does have a wedding ring.
Okay. Callista, while you're up here, is this the only thing you see? Looking out into the ocean, or do you see what happens on the beach?
I have seen what's happened on the beach. As long as that other woman isn't here, I can see everything from here.
Can you tell me what you saw?
Giant squid. Feels like malice and hatred. Just brutally killing everything. Seen it pop up a number of times.
Callista, there was a night a few nights ago where there was a group attacked on the beach, but they were supposed to meet someone up here. Did you happen to see those people?
For a minute, then I saw the woman again. Then everything went hazy.
Can you tell me what you saw? Who they were?
There's some, I don't know, there's some armed guys. They were wearing body armor, and they had a truck waiting. And so they were waiting for somebody, but then I saw the squid down on the other end of Docktown, just tearing people apart. after about an hour, they just stopped showing up. Sorry, they didn't. They left.
They have what looks like a hand on their armor.
Yeah,
Was the woman with them? Or did she
Yeah.
just appear on her own?
no, she was. Remember a fedora?
Fedoras are the troubling ones.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I can do for you while I'm here?
Not unless you can bring me my husband.
Can't make any promises, but I can see what I can do.
Thank you. And she turns her attention back out to sea.
Make my way back to the guys. The crew all hanging out.
I definitely think that's probably a good place to end tonight's session.
Of course it is.
Yep. We haven't gone for a bit.
Yeah, we have.
So, gonna go ahead and start with Shock.
All right. So, thank you everybody for joining. I've been Shockpoint Failure. You can find me on Twitter at Shockpoint622. I still refuse to call it anything else. If anybody has the ability to get me onto a different platform for advertising and or communication purposes, please do so at your earliest convenience. I do not want to be there when it inevitably crashes and burns. Moving right along. The next time you'll be able to catch me will actually be tomorrow and every Monday and Wednesday over here, right here on Twitch, over on my own personal channel where I stream random games. Currently, I am playing through Armored Core 6. I am going to complete at least one run before I move back onto my rather extensive backlog of games that I do need to finish. After that, the next time you'll be able to catch me in this particular format of tabletop gaming will be not this upcoming Saturday, but the Saturday after next. Actually, wait, no, it would be. No, it would
This
be
upcoming
next
Saturday.
Hmm?
This upcoming Saturday.
It'll be this upcoming Saturday?
Yeah, that's King's Gambit.
That's King's Gambit? I
Yeah, that's King's Gambit.
thought it was the 30th.
Oh,
Yeah, it is the 30th.
Which would be Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday.
derp.
Yeah, so on the 30th of this month, the last day, will be King's Gambit right here on Singularity. After that, the next time you'll be able to catch me will be the very next Saturday, where Speakeasy Conspiracy comes back, where we're going to have the first actual full-on fledged, all-out combat of the campaign. It's going to be fun. So let's see. Other major announcements. Oh yes. As a quick refresher for those of you following along, another channel that I am a part of, Lost Caravan, is doing a game jam over on itch.io. I have dropped my first indie publication for that over on itch, Doctor's Archive. Please check that out. Feel free to leave a review. I do need some feedback for other projects, so I know what the hell I'm doing. But yes, I believe that covers everything I need to cover at this particular moment, so I'm going to pass it on.
Fail.
Hey, everybody, I am Fail Prime. I play Non Noir. I am one of the founding members here at Singularity. I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with us. Coming up, let's see. The next thing that I will be doing is Henshin. We got Henshin next week when I get back from a work trip. We got King's Gambit coming up. We've got a bunch of other projects and things in the fire, so keep your eyes out because we roll out more and more content. I actually think October is going to be the year anniversary of our first stream.
Yeah, because that was me. I did Escaping Elysium.
Yeah. So I think we'll probably sit down and figure out something for our year anniversary. Have some fun with that. But aside from that, yeah. If you need to find me, you can find me on Twitter. We will never call it X because, well, it's not the 90s and we're not trying to be edgy grunge teenagers. Um, so you can find me on Twitter where I talk shit on Trapped and various politicians. Please remember that Trapped sucks and it is fronted by a neo-Nazi piece of shit. Do not listen to Trapped. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it along.
Hello, everybody. I'm Megan or Meg Mysteria. Tonight I played Penelope / Renee Webb. Who, yeah, I have to update the overlay, I guess. As far as where you can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch. Keep an eye out because I will be releasing my submission for the Lost Caravan Game Jam as well. As far as what is coming up tabletop wise, I'm done for the rest of this month, and you'll see me next month, starting on the first Tuesday of the month for the next installment of Camp Runner's Cross, and of course we will have Last Transmission with Neon Knights Roleplay by His Shadowed Peace with Neon Knights Roleplay. Actually, we are forgetting one very important thing. We have Henshin on the 27th this month. So you will see me for the 27th for Henshin by the fabulous Fail Prime. But yeah, that's what we got coming up. And after a while, it takes us all right back here to the next installment of Breaking Neon. So that is me. I'm very simple. Let's throw it back to Alan, our game master.
Thank you. So you guys know me. If you don't know me, well, hi. I'm Alan. I am the All-Seeing Eye. I am actually a professional game master and game writer. And this is one of the games that I have been working on. This will hopefully, knock on wood, be done in time for Halloween to be on sale. You can find the rest of the Breaking Neon series on DriveThruRPG. Next up, you'll see me in Henshin, and after that, I will be in King's Gambit, where I will be running King's Gambit, and hopefully you guys tune in for that because I've discovered a new trick on Foundry to make moving maps, and I'm excited for it. After that, we will be back at the beginning of October for a mini series that I will be starting with both Fail and Shock as part of my participants here, which is going to be the investigation of Site 117G. It is an SCP-themed game. We'll be using Chronicles of Darkness. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's only 3 or 4 episodes, running bi-weekly. And if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around, it looks like we are going to Magi RPG, right?
That's what I got here.
All right, cool. That is where we're going to be raiding. So stick around for that and have a great night.
All right.
Bye.